Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I get a little tired of this both sides thing. I just want to remind everybody that for the last 60 years, every Democratic presidential administration, has left for the Republican successors a better deficit than they inherited, without exception. And every Republican during that time, every Republican administration has left for their Democratic successors a worse deficit situation, without exception. So it's not both sides. We've heard the mention of a continuation of some of the Bush tax cuts under Obama. I voted against that because I thought it was a bad idea. But even so, the deficit as a percentage of GDP went down under Obama. And when President Trump came in, he increased the deficit before the pandemic. And so it's not both sides. And we have a problem, and everybody knows what the problem is. Problem is we need to cut spending or increase revenue or both. Commission can say you need to cut a percentage of this, a percentage of that. I assume they're not going to get down into this too much into specifics. But Congress will still need to make those decisions. The commission doesn't make that situation any easier. It just gives temporary cover to those who don't want to decide. Now, some are suggesting that we have a spending problem, not a revenue problem. Fact is, we have a pay-for-what-you-spend problem. And if you compare Obamacare to Medicare Part D, when we passed Obamacare, we paid for it. We raised enough taxes to pay for that spending. And so the decision was, if you want Obamacare, here are the taxes that are going to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, you don't get Obamacare. And we decided, yeah, we want Obamacare, and we took the taxes along with it. Medicare Part D, how do you like a prescriptive drug benefit? Sounds good to me. Well, how are you going to pay for it? We didn't worry about it, and $500 billion in spending not paid for. Now, we've already heard that one major reason for our deficit is the unpaid for tax cuts. Under Republicans, you don't have to pay for tax cuts. How'd you like a tax cut? Well, let's do it. So if we just paid for our spending and paid for our tax cuts, we've heard that $10 trillion of the debt wouldn't be where it is today. Mr. McGovern, let me ask you a question. Can the conclusions of a commission be manipulated by the appointment of members who have pre-existing ideas like Social Security needs to be cut?
Absolutely. And, I've been listening to some of the comments. Mr. Grothman, talked about the importance of a commission, but he also signed a pledge saying that he'll never raise taxes.
So you just on who's on a commission can kind of predetermine what the conclusions are. And does this up or down vote thing, Mr. McGovern, make it more or less likely that Social Security and Medicare will be cut?
I fear that it will make it more likely that it'll be cut.
Greetings, friends. I have good news to share with you today. Gasoline prices are starting to decline. Experts say this means that Americans will be spending less on gasoline today than they were 1 year ago. Many are also saying that grocery prices will drop drastically as President Biden continues to push against price gouging. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Across the United States, prices at the pump have felt milder in recent months. According to Andrew Gross, a spokesperson for AAA, gas prices have fallen or remained steady since September 19th, marking a 70-day trajectory of decline. As of Tuesday, the national average for gas prices stood just below $3.25 a gallon. That is down 25 cents from a month ago and 30 cents less than this time last year. Experts point to a recent decline in oil prices and a seasonal dip in demand, as well as easing inflation. Each penny decline in the national average saves motorists close to $3.8 million. Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy, told reporters, if you amplify that times 30 cents, we are talking about Americans that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars less on gasoline today than they were a year ago. Despite the drop, the global energy market can be volatile, and lower gas prices down the road are not promised. A few factors contribute to today's gas prices, but a big explanation behind the decline is seasonality. So in other words, prices at the pump almost always eases at this time of year. For starters, there's a switch to winter blend gasoline, which is cheaper to produce than the summer blend. And despite some upticks around the holidays, shorter days make hitting the road less enticing in the colder months. On top of the seasonal cycle, inflation, while down from last year, is still high and continues to undercut Americans' spending habits, which could be contributing to today's lower demand. Beyond demand, experts also point to declining oil costs. Prices at the pump are highly dependent on crude oil, which is a main ingredient in gasoline. West Texas Intermediate crude, the U.S. benchmark, has stayed in the high to mid-70s for the past 3 weeks, standing at about $76 a barrel, and that is down from over $82 a month ago. According to Patrick DeHaan, oil is a global commodity. There's also been a notable uptick in U.S. production that is helping to keep a lid on prices today. At the start of October, American oil production hit an all-time high of 13.2 million barrels per day, passing the previous record set in early 2020 by 100,000 barrels. Average production has since remained at that level. So while gasoline prices nationwide are collectively falling, some states always have cheaper averages than others due to factors ranging from nearby refinery supply to local fuel requirements. The average food price in that same period jumped an incredible 20%. Price hikes were a result of several factors, including increased consumer demand, stimulus checks, and supply chain issues. Now, the Biden administration is blaming corporations of charging grocery prices that are artificially high. The inflation rate has slowed, and some shipping costs have come down, but yet grocery prices are not falling at the same rate. To fight back against high grocery prices, the Biden administration is implementing a White House supply chain initiative to strengthen supply chains critical to America's economic and national security. So this includes the creation of a supply chain distribution task force. The task force will be aimed at working with local governments and states to address the supply chain crisis that has greatly contributed to increased food prices. In addition, the USDA is making changes to battle food supply chain issues. It is an investment to the tune of $196 million, which will strengthen U.S. domestic food supply chains and create more opportunities for local farmers in 37 states. The idea is to expand income opportunities for American farmers, lower food costs, and create new economic opportunities for people and businesses in rural areas. So, dear friends, how are grocery prices in your city or town? Please let me know in the comments section below. Well, my awesome and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. To say thank you, I will be announcing several winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.